Metro-North, the MTA's upstate railroad network, announced that its own Hudson line will be expanded into Albany, the capital region of New York State, by this coming spring of 2026. In addition, Amtrak announced that their own services from New York City to Albany will be price capped at $99 and will reinstate engines 235 and 238 back into round-trip service following East River Tunnel repairs starting December 1st. That's a lot. Here's what you should know. To understand why this is happening, we need to go back almost exactly 13 years ago to the day, in a dark period of New York State's history. Superstorm Sandy, spanning 900 miles in diameter, was one of the largest storms in the Atlantic Ocean's history, making landfall in 8 different countries. With wind speeds of up to 115 miles per hour, it destroyed up to $70 billion of damages in the United States alone, and claimed up to 233 deaths region-wide. Its unexpected travel pattern caused major surprise for the state and city, leading to a measurable loss of infrastructure, history, and life. One of the pieces of infrastructure hit were the East River Tunnels, a collection of 4 tunnels owned and operated by Amtrak, while being utilized by the Long Island Railroad, New Jersey Transit, and Amtrak itself. The tunnels, built in 1910, lay 9 stories underneath First Avenue, and was built by the now extinct Pennsylvania Railroad. After 2012, the tunnels started to cave in, with water flowing through the walls and tunnels. Engineers and Amtrak alike warned that if they were not repaired soon, larger incidents could occur. Despite pushback from state and local government, the tunnels were shut down for repairs, with 1 tunnel being fixed at a time while the other 3 operate. All rail services were hindered because of this, with countless detours, bus replacements, and loss of services occurring overnight. The repairs, which are estimated to take 3 years and $1.6 billion, were a hindrance on federal and state governments alike, and desperately needed attention. Amtrak cut service upstate, with only 11 different trains and 5 different routes reaching the capital region, often overcrowded, delayed, and overpriced, with last-minute tickets ranging anywhere from $50 to $100+. Thankfully, after deliberation, Metro-North and Amtrak were able to find 2 relatively quick solutions to this problem, expanding service, opportunity, and connection throughout the state. Metro-North, the local commuter rail system owned and operated by the MTA, is planning to expand one of its most popular and scenic rail lines, the Hudson line, which doesn't utilize the damaged East River lines, all the way into Albany, reconnecting New York's most populous city to her capital for the first time since 1976, when it was run by the New York Central Railroad. Albany, New York State's capital, is the oldest continually charted city in the entire United States, the oldest operating settlement of the original 13 colonies, and one of the first places founded in the New World. The area was inhabited by the native Algonquian and Mohican tribes, as well as the Iroquois Confederacy, before being claimed by Henry Hudson in 1609 as Fort Nassau. The land was then renamed to Albany after the British takeover of New Amsterdam in 1664. The city's proximity to the Hudson River made it a major transit and industry hub for rail and sea alike, with the Erie Canal making its eastern terminus here, and a plethora of railroads originating from Albany. Now, the city houses the state's government, assembly, governor, and capitol building, managing the $254 billion yearly budget and providing essential services to the entirety of the state and her 62 cities. The Metropolitan Transit Authority, MTA, although predominantly located in the New York City metropolitan region, is actually run by Albany state government, and not New York City. So seeing service be expanded upstate is refreshing, as it allows countless people and opportunities to flourish as service is restored to its former glory. Per the Gothamist and the MTA, Metro-North tickets to Albany will be priced around $38 to $40, a noticeable markdown from Amtrak's average $70 price tag. Additionally, the new service will be running on the eastern tracks of the Hudson River, owned and managed by CSX. The rail is a part of CSX's operating agreement, with tracks on the east side of the Hudson River being predominantly for transit and the west for freight and cargo. According to CSX, only a small portion of rail between Germantown and Stuyvesant, New York, are marked as shared services between passenger and freight, and is not expected to interfere with service due to late-night, off-hour operating times for freight rail services. According to an insider within the MTA, the route will be an extension of the Hudson Line. connecting its current terminus, Poughkeepsie, to Albany. The service is expected to take around 2 hours, with Metro North's new Seaman dual engine running half diesel and half electric power. From New York City to Croton-Harmon, the train is electrified with an average speed of 80 miles per hour, whereupon it switches to diesel until the end of the route. Due to the engine's 85% reduction in emissions, the engine is able to run more efficiently on diesel, producing less greenhouse gas emissions, while extending service capabilities as well as allowing trains to go upwards of 100 miles per hour past Poughkeepsie into the capital region. The cost to expand the service will be minimal and will only require paid training of the engineers to run the route, which will be paid for by local and state New York governments with little to no federal aid. Amtrak is also reinstating Empire Services 238 and 235, which last saw service on April 27, 2025. This will increase frequency while also capping Amtrak prices at a $99 maximum. Still high, but a welcome improvement to the dynamic pricing of the Federal Transit Company. New York City's Moynihan Station, located within Penn Station, is the busiest Amtrak station in the nation, with 8 million Amtrak riders yearly and 600,000 Penn Station users daily. Albany's own station is the 7th busiest in the nation, with 900,000 yearly riders. The route between the two hubs is the 5th busiest in the nation, with 13 million people using it yearly. Grand Central, the largest station in the world by platform and area, with their 750,000 daily riders being connected to Albany, will be a game changer for the region, connecting countless families, businesses, commuters, and students alike, creating countless opportunities and progress for the future. This unexpected yet impressive change to transit within the New York region should set an example for the rest of the Northeast as well as the country. And while additional stops along the route to Albany have yet to be announced, I remain hopeful that local and state governments alike see the opportunity to expand ridership and accessibility of this great state and region, potentially one day expanding to cities in dire need of more rail options like Binghamton, Troy, and Ithaca, with additional rail services to cities like Rochester, Syracuse, Utica, Schenectady, and Buffalo. All the sources used in compiling the information for this video will be found in the video's description. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more, I'd really appreciate if you subscribed and dropped a comment. Thank you.